It's vital, it's very key, very essential. We can, under no circumstance, live without it. A doubt anybody on earth can live or has ever lived without it. Certainly not. It is one of the core ingredients of creation. God used it to create the world. He's using it to sustain the world. He will use it to bring the world to an end, and he will still use it in the next world. It saturates the atmosphere. It is everywhere, in the bathroom, in the living room, at the office, on the sidewalk, 2 or 3 persons working, in the taxi, in the private vehicle, in the nightclub, on the football field. Everywhere it saturates the atmosphere, just like politics can do without it. It is called information. Good morning. Thank you that you join us for King's Local Daily on King's 88.5. Today is Tuesday, the 16th of September 2025. I'm Sam Andrews. Several papers we've got in. This is your info radio. More info, less entertainment. Your almighty radio. Kings 88.5. We are transmitting from Central Moravia, situated between Randall and Front Streets, adjacent the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation. These are the papers in with your radio vendor, Kings 88.5. Oracle News Daily, reporting the truth to you. Liberia's most analytical newspaper, The Analyst. In Profile Daily, the news, the nation's news since 1989. Liberia's most investigative newspaper, The Independent, and the Doyen Enquirer newspaper. Before you can set out on your day's activity, leaving your house, before you can hit the town, well, you have an understanding of what the papers are reporting. If you haven't yet accessed any one of the newspapers from the vendors, then your radio vendor, as you listen, is bringing the papers to you. If you are getting prepared to get to your business center at your office, tune the volume a little. This is your radio vendor, your almighty radio. More info, less entertainment. Kings 88.5. We start with Oracle News Daily, reporting Between hunger and survival, Bouakai begs foreign allies for food. That's the lead story of Oracle News Daily. Between hunger and survival, Bouakai begs foreign allies for food. He's on the front page of the Oracle News Daily. Between hunger and survival, Bouakai begs foreign allies for food. The back page of the Oracle News Daily. Cholera, measles, Lassa fever cases increasing. Cholera, measles, and Lassa fever cases increasing. That's the back lead of Oracle News Daily newspaper. The sub lead: NEMA students excited about ArcelorMittal vacation job experience. NEMA students excited about ArcelorMittal vacation job experience. Building stronger forest institutions in Liberia. Building stronger forest institutions in Liberia. The Oracle News Daily, reporting the truth to you. It's out this day, this morning, for 40 Liberian dollars. Only 40. Get a copy from any one of the vendors so that you get the full understanding of the lead story. Between hunger and survival, Bouakai begs foreign allies for food. Only 40. Next is Liberia's most analytical newspaper, The Analyst. Front page: Lofa versus Nimba. Bility dissects the two leaderships, says Bouakai. Unlike Kong, has unified a post-election divided Lofa. Lofa versus Nimba. Bility dissects the two leaderships, says Bouakai. Unlike Kong, has unified a post-election divided Lofa. That's the lead story of The Analyst newspaper, and the three political leaders are on the front page. President Joseph Yeman Bouakai, Vice President Jeremiah Kong, and Representative Musa Bility, who came out publicly to say that Vice President Jeremiah Kong is against him. The Vice President had been pursuing him all along the way. Now the Vice President is doing everything to crumble his businesses in Liberia. He sees the Vice President as the one who is undermining him. So that's it. The Vice President is at the center of it again. Rift between he and Senator Samuel Koga, and now the latest that the public has come to know, between he and Representative Musa Bility. Bility accused him of plotting to close down all his businesses in Liberia, fearing that Bility will conquer Nimba County 2029. And so the best way he thinks the Vice President can do that is to shut down all his businesses in Liberia. But he defied the Vice President that under no condition can he. So that's the war between Representative Musa Hassan Bility, the Vice President, on the one hand, and on the other hand, Senator Samuel Koga and Vice President Jeremiah Kong. These are the features, ingredients, some of it going into 2029. Nimba, vote-rich county, the county that decided 4 successive elections in this country. This is the lead story again, the front page. The Analyst newspaper, one of the doyen newspapers on the newsstand, being around for rack of ages, clear for me, survived all of the odds, politically, socially, economically, existentially, all of the lay. Lofa versus Nimba, ability dissects the two leaderships, says Buakai, unlike Cone, has unified a post-election divided Lofa. The sub-lead story of the Analyst newspaper, Bishop Kotu Brown debunks Minister Pia, says more new water in the desert assemblies in Liberia beyond. Bishop Kotu Brown debunks Minister Pia, says more new water in the desert assemblies in Liberia beyond. The minister, Jeremiah Pia, had earlier questioned the evangelism ability of Bishop Kotu Brown, saying since Rock of Ages, his church, New Water in the Desert, just been sitting at VOA doing nothing, while Methodist Baptist churches are expanding. New Water in the Desert is sitting one place doing nothing. So the bishop has come back to tell the minister that New Water in the Desert assemblies all over in Liberia and beyond. The minister was very unruly against the clergyman. Cummings outlines pathway to educational progress as panacea for Liberia's growth and development. This is the back page of the Analyst newspaper. Government vows to uphold, protect human rights as Labor Minister Kra clamps down on human traffickers. The sub-back lead of the Analyst newspaper, Nimba students, AML vacation job experience. AML is ArcelorMittal Liberia. UL Prexy, Mampayan calls for calls on Civil War literature, wants radio shows promote local authors. That will be doing it for the Analyst newspaper with this lead story. Lofa versus Nimba. Ability dissects the two leaderships. The Analyst newspaper, like other papers, is out for only 40 Liberian dollars. No more, no less. Only 40. You want to get a copy, please do. 40 minutes after 11 o'clock, you're listening and watching King's Local Daily on King's 88.5, your radio vendor. Today is Tuesday, the 16th day of September 2025. The Improvised newspaper is next. Front page, Koga, Comb fight deepens, Nimba elders, emergency meeting fiasco. That's the lead story of the Improvised daily newspaper. Koga Comb fight deepens, Nimba elders emergency meeting fiasco. Everybody is pointing accusing finger at the vice president, accuse him of destabilizing, disorganizing, creating insecurity, subjection unto him that he be the one everyone worships. That's the lead story of the Improvised Daily newspaper. Koga fight deepens. Nima elders emergency meeting fiasco. The elders of Nima County attempted reconciling the two of them, but it just didn't work out as they had intended. The conduct of the meeting was not noisy, too much tension, with Koga in long speech, thereby refusing to go and see VP Cohn at his residence, citing security concern. Samuel Koga is afraid of Jeremiah Cohn. Jeremiah Cohn is afraid of Samuel Koga. One saw the other jumping over dead body, performing all kinds of rituals. The paper is reporting Koga says no, he can't get at the residence of Jeremiah Cohn despite the plea by the elders. Cohn too is afraid to get closer to Samuel Koga. So it's politics versus traditionalism. That's the lead story of the Improvised Daily newspaper. Koga Cohn fight deepens. Nima elders emergency meeting fiasco. Other stories, the front page. To tackle rising land disputes, Josh Conto warns stronger action. Freeport explosion injures 22. Freeport explosion injures 22. The back page of the Improvised Daily newspaper. Nimbayans urged to fight drug abuse. That's the back lead. Nimbayan urged to fight drug abuse. COFA on tuition delayed with GVL movement. LRA charts strategic path at WATAF meetings. NIMD trains legislative monitors. The Improvised Daily newspaper is out for only 40 Liberian dollars. You want to get a copy, and you ought to, so that you have a full understanding of the lead story. Koga Cohn fight deepens. The two of them are on the front page. Samuel Koga, Senator, and Vice President Jeremiah Cohn. Minutes after 11. The news, the nation's news since 1989. Next up. Lead story, the newspaper. Fix UL or leave now. Students tell Mampayan. Fix UL or leave now. Students tell Mampayan. That's the lead story of the newspaper. Fix UL or leave now. Students tell Mampayan. UL President Dr. Lydia Mampayan. They've been staging series of protests, and it is King's local daily understanding that they are coming back again with another round of protests today until something is done. The sub-lead story, eliminate selective justice. Gonglo on accused rapist, Deputy Minister Brian McGill. That's the sub-lead story of the newspaper. Eliminate selective justice, Gonglo, on accused rapist, Deputy Minister Brian McGill. His government is shielding him, protecting him from going through investigation. Yes, so the counselor is saying that it is wrong. Everyone should face the law. The law should not be only for the people who do not have money and do not have position of stature, but everyone. The law should not be selective. Don't discriminate in any way. His government is covering him up not to go through any investigation, leave it as it is, compromise with the family, and Brian McGill returns to work. That's what his government, Unity Party, is trying to do. But we've seen in the past, others, they move swiftly. They called series of news conferences. They put the person on, and all of the social media will carry the person because they were either in the opposition or connected to somebody in the opposition. Brian McGill is a diehard supporter of Unity Party. He been supporter of Unity Party for Rock of Ages, a diehard supporter and friend of all of the ministers in this government. They are shielding him. They are protecting him. Gregory Coleman is doing everything not to get him put on trial. That's the kind of society we have. Unity Party state. The law is only for the. Once you are not within Unity Party, the law is against you. When you are in Unity Party, the law protects you. Yesterday, there were a series of demonstrations from the Association of Female Lawyers of Liberia Civil Society, actors, the Association of Liberian Female Journalists, and every other civil society actors. They were calling news conferences. They were having protests. They were having marches all over the place, 24/7. It drew the international community attention, saying that rape was a terrible menace affecting the young girls. Today, the same thing is happening. Everybody is muted, except for few. They are covering up. Silence is compromised. Today, it is people to speak out. We would never, ever do it. If you can speak out now in favor of that girl, well, then, because it's not your child, you're getting a few dollars from the government. Tomorrow, God himself can create a situation that you will regret it and say, if I had known, I was spoken of. This is how the back page of the paper looks, the newspaper. Petrol terminal owners call for action on pricing structure. Petrol terminal owners call for action on pricing structure. The other stories, Bwaga meets Grispe family. China donates medical supplies. LWSC admits interns. Court reverses detention of journalists. LRA boss charts strategic path. You want to get a copy of the newspaper if you haven't yet, and you ought to, so that you have a full understanding of the lead story. Fix UL or leave now. Students tell Mampayan. The paper is out for only 40 Liberian dollars. No more, no less. If you are unable because of your basic schedule, your location, then your almighty radio, Kings 88.5, has brought the paper to you. Less entertainment, more information. (25 minutes after 11). Liberia's most investigative newspaper, The Independent. And then the paper lead story is Gonglo sees danger, frowns at outsourcing government's data collection. That's the lead story of The Independent newspaper, Liberia's most investigative newspaper. Gonglo sees danger, frowns at outsourcing government's data collection. He's on the front page. The same counselor who is calling for the government to put on trial, first arrest, and then proceed with the trial. The man accused of raping 14-year-old girl, Deputy Youth Minister Brian McGill. So Councillor Gonglo is on the front page. The sub-lead story, front page. Exchange rate crisis unresolved as market forces entrapped clients. That's what the central bank is saying. The paper is quoting central bank as saying exchange rate crisis unresolved as market forces entrapped. Paper from Ganta holding cell, Charles Taylor escapes as LDEA launches manhunt for notorious drug dealer. From Ganta holding cell, Charles Taylor escapes as LDEA launches manhunt for notorious drug dealer. The sub-lead story, UP Legislative Caucus descends on ability, describes his statement as reckless and deceptive. The Independent, Liberia's most investigative newspaper, is out for $50 Liberian. You want to get a copy? Only 50, no more, no less. Only 50 Liberian dollars. The last but not the least, and then we out. The Doyen Inquirer newspaper. Lead story: calls for gender equality intensifies as regional workshop on women in leadership kicks off. That's the lead story of the Doyen Inquirer newspaper, being around for rock of ages, clear for men, credible, reliable. Calls for gender equality intensifies as regional workshop on women in leadership kicks off. The footnote story, front page: we are homeless. Caldwell residents decrying unlawful demolition of properties. We are homeless. Caldwell residents decrying unlawful demolition of properties. At TOF 2025, First Lady Boakai rallied global partners, called for bold action on health equity. This is how the back page looks. ECOWAS facilitates over 60% rehabilitated drug dependents employment. ECOWAS facilitates over 60% rehabilitated drug dependents employment. The back lead, sub-lead: several courtrooms in ruins in Nimba County. Several courtrooms in ruins in Nimba County. The Doyen Inquirer newspaper is out for only 40, as usual. No more, no less. Only 40. You want to get a copy from any one of the vendors close to you. If you are unable, as per your activities, your schedule, your workload, you just can't access anybody because of your remote condition, well, your radio vendor does it. Kings 88.5. That's all the time we've got for Kings Local Daily on Kings 88.5. Thank you ever so much for being with us. We're back tomorrow at 12. But before then, the news is on at 1 this afternoon, King's Newsroom. You want to join us for that. And then at 3, Real Talk. I'm Sam Andrews.